Hello everybody, here's the French Ball. Hope you are all doing great. And yeah, it's time for our usual Friday live stream. Let me lower the music a bit maybe. Hello Jay. Thanks for the retweet, by the way. Hello Swooping Hawk. Nice to see you in. Happy Friday to you. Bias. What's my bias here? If only I knew. If only I knew. You know, I usually get my bias from a few different things. The count being one. And to be honest, here, lower time frame count is not what we call the clearest. I'm still I want to favor long upside still, as we are seeing a good bounce out of this. Yeah, we have quite some supply down here. Trapped value as a luxury will call it, on a 30 minutes. I mean, we'll see, and don't know if this is gonna hold. Honestly, yeah, you know, we have so much squeeze like this. I would not be so surprised if we come all the way back down and bounce from this. If we continue from here, if we reject and continue down, I still have option for most of it. On the lower time frame, the count suggests that there is something unfinished here. I still have an option that will say it's finished. You know, we are at the monthly open, at the key level for today, for tonight. So we went above, we reject, that's pretty bearish. And we reject pretty deeply. At the same time, we are seeing that there's absorption down there. Was quite aggressive shorts, had built all the way up here and started to close a bit. So they're still short to squeeze. Still underwater longs as well. I would like to have a really clear bias here, but in between up. I would say as long as we hold the 4-hour level here, should favor upside, right? At least taking that high. We'll go over a few counts. Let's see. There's probably a reason why I don't have a nice thumbnail today. It's because I don't really know, you know, and I'm gonna be honest. But for now we are on a retest of support, so logically market structure is still kind of bullish. Hi Testy, hi Canaric, Delirium, good evening. Jay, I wasn't around for a while, but back to trading. We'll wait for this monthly close, but I see more down on the 3 months duration. Open interest still high after it went to the moon in a few minutes. Say Delirium. Hello Queenie, hello Alessio. How is open interest on the aggregated here? Quite aggressive long here on USDT. I think it's on Binance, of course. Here we can see them on the inverse pair. That's where we're starting to see exponential growth. The open interest, it's all closed. Yeah, honestly, everything's still possible. I'm long, I'm short. I'm long from there. I'm short from there. And I'm long from the bottom still. You know, the long that we took in the crew vortex, that was when 28, so 2 days ago. I have 75% of take profit, so all my take profit are taken. The 25% remaining is my runner. That's how I do. Where will I set my stop loss for that? I guess I'm gonna keep it below here because there's still an option that we could get in quite a volatile move, and I wouldn't be so surprised. It seems a bit short now to get down here and bounce for the close. You know, I'm just comparing this to price action we had here. We front run slightly the naked POC, went into a big pump, and eventually come back down to test it. We front run the naked POC more significantly after big squeeze. Could we come back here? It could be an expanded flat and could be still correcting with a 1-2 here and continue. Yeah, smash the likes, everybody. Already, yeah, 9 likes. Okay, thank you. So yeah, you know, let me come back on the higher time frame. Short time, I'm not sure. Okay, just yeah, okay. Let's do this here. Could have 5 waves finished. Have a nice impulse. Bull div at the low. I would say, yeah, here there's still a decent risk reward to be long with a stop down there if this wants to continue. But really carefully, because yeah, this could still recover pretty easily. At least it's better to long. Well, here it's a bit late already, but at least too long with an invalidation here than trying too long into a breakout, because if you long into the breakout here, well, you stopped out underwater now, and you don't know where to get invalidation. Anyway, so zooming out here, why I'm overall bullish, forgetting about the lower time frame. Here we have an aggregated spot chart, and with a lot of stuff on it. Can I just make all of this in a folder, and all of this in a folder? Yeah, here we go. Aggregated spot chart. We have volume profile here. Where is the POC? It's down there. Why it is there? Well, simply there is a lot of volume that happened here. A good part came from a good part came from Bitfinex, which is rather a good sign. Why am I not hearing music anymore? And overall, we have POC rather at the bottom of our range here. So as long as this local range holds, it remains pretty good. If we start to lose this and break down, it becomes pretty bad, simply. But we are most likely at a turning point here. Seeing that much volume. In fact, it's even higher volume that we saw during the selling climax here. It is still possible that we make a fake breakdown and recover. There's always an option for that. So all that to say, it's as usual, it's almost never good things to trade break, right? So like shorting a breakdown here, you don't know it could recover. You'll say, okay, but we have high volume. You say if we break down, it's bearish. Well, it's bearish if we break down, but if we just do a deviation under and recovers, that just become a trap, right? So we have that, which is pretty good in my opinion. Now we have two significant levels of resistance, which are where we went, right here, almost. Depend on the tick size anyway, but that's a resistance we rejected from today. A secondary high volume node, and after we have, yeah, this here between 21,200 and 21,500. So yeah, we have resistance here. We know we have a good support here. Good level. It's a 4-hour level that plays support here, deviation, support here, resistance, above, under. Here we spend a bit of time here under that 4-hour level, and a bit over under. And now we claimed it. So as long as we are above it, I'm tempted to say, yeah, we are bullish. Now we are in the no man's land. Maybe not the right word, but we are in between, right? We still need to claim this, and we could see a deviation here and back into as well. But yeah, it's looked decently good for this to continue, and if we really successfully claim this box here. So how do you say it's a successful claim? Well, we will want to see a 4 close above this. Daily close even better, and then we could be looking for the high of the range quite easily. Or at least this. We'll see what we have as option. We will always keep intermediate option, but my bias remains to the upside. And so volume wise we have this. Now we also have quite a rising RSI here that started here on the 4-hour, but even if we shift on a daily, we have daily RSI rising here into a consolidation, lower lows here. So we have bull div locally. We can go up to the 3-day. 3-day we have bull div as well here, and we have bull div all the way here, in fact. And you can see we saw this kind of RSI formation quite often. Maybe not the best one, but you see how we reach oversold, we build bull div, and we are breaking resistances and starting to rise up. And so for me it's a pretty good formation for a reversal. You know, for the closest comparable things. We also have bull div on up to the weekly, in fact, not only 3-day. Well, weekly, it will depend how we close this week, right? You see here, if I shift on a higher, it takes the POC where we are. But we also have bull div here potentially, and locally here. So especially if this week closes green, right, white here. So yeah, I will have a stronger bias after the close and Sunday close. Hello, Vive Macron, not so much. But anyway. So, yeah, pretty much it. I have a bullish bias at the low. Overall, we are at the low of the range. This local range is a mess. You know, it's really a mess. You can see it. We have strong ups and strong downs, so nothing says we cannot go down again and still be bullish and break it later. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, we made a fifth here. Okay. Maybe here. Let's see. So the count. So on this time frame, I suggested quite a if count, but I was trying to make sense of these moves here in the middle. It appears that we could be in some kind of corrective with this price action being a flat here. Especially considering this because I'm reading 5 waves down to this and clearly 3 waves up. So talked about it when we were there, in fact. Saying, okay, how could we have 5 waves down and starting a rise from it still? Well, in some kind of correction here. We have an ABC down. So potentially A, B, and C going up. That would be the intermediary count, you know, that say we find our resistance at the third high volume node. Somewhere in here. If we successfully break, we'll see there's many good levels there. We don't have to go that high through with a WXY, so it will be the same count here. ABC up, ABC flat for the wave X, and then maybe ABC. That's why it's getting tricky. WXY. So I'm sorry, I'm a bit messed here, but I tried to make sense of this, and that's why sometimes Elliott Wave can be really confusing. Is that we have clearly 5 waves up here. Here we have messy ABC, but that works. So move up, correction. Now, to have a complete correction that finished here, or a complete move, we either need to have 5 waves, but we don't have 5 waves up here, or we either need to have an ABC. But if this is an ABC, that means we need 5 waves in this. Clearly we don't. We have something that look more 3 waves. How can we finish with 3 waves? Well, with a WXY, a double zigzag. But in that case, we need to figure out somehow a way to fit a zigzag here. And it looks a lot better as 5. Also, why I'm suggesting potentially all of this is a flat. So we have ABC, ABC, and then we can finish 5 waves here, or 5 waves up to down to there, and have a flat correction. We reach 0.618, so minimum target for a flat. 1.1 a good target. Well, I will guess that we will reach at least the POC if we were to go down there, rather than the 1.1. So missing a bit of confluence here. And then to the naked POC. At the same time, doing that, we are likely not going to close the monthly above these 2 crucial levels. Unless we were dumping really fast like this and pumping back all the way. Now it's holding right now. So it looks like if this come down there, it will be a bit slower. And yeah, the close come here. So unlikely. So in that case, if we come down here, it doesn't look bullish, because we will have a bearish monthly close and a bearish weekly close on the CME. So in that case, that wouldn't be bullish. I will still be missing a good count for this. But now, if I'm ignoring a bit the sub count, I can see at least the confluence of this move projected from there. We reach what? 1.1 extension quite perfectly. So how we call this, an ABCD pattern. Also reaching the 236 extension, so extension of this move from where we bounce from the 707, so that's a good, that's the algorithm target, the one that bought here, or that probably bought during the golden pocket. So we had good confluence for resistance here. And we know we have a count that say, yeah, we can have a finished move here, finished correction. So all of this would become a correction. That would mean we're going for low. What count would this be part of? Simply the ending diagonal potentially, was bullish part that make our wave 4 coming here. So you know that was planned. Talked about it during the week. I will have feel a lot more comfortable if I've been able to count 5s up here. But overall, that's our target, 90% reach, so good target. And if that's the case, yeah, we could be going into another zigzag to finish the 5th. Break that low and potentially break that low. And still be bullish. I had alternative as well, but I don't remember exactly here. 1, 2... Yeah, obviously. Just to know the diagonal. This could be an A, B, C to go for the 3rd. Pretty similar. Bearish impulse the bearish count will be simply a 1-2 and a 1-2, and we're going down. Ending diagonal we saw. Okay, and alternatively, again, another alternative, if we are some kind of wave 4 here. So we'll be looking at a corrective move from down there. We have this option, WXY, that can be extended as a WXY XZ, for example. Go for more sideways. I was thinking about a triangle, I think. Triangle will be an A, B, still the flat in the middle, C, D, E, and then we go down. For the fifth. That would make diagonal still okay, I guess, yes. Tell me, what is your bias? I would like to know how much people think we're going to visit, let's say 24K or 15K first. 24K or 15K. Jerome think we break the law. Because Marin said it bearish. Yeah, that's strong. That's a strong engagement. I don't know, I didn't follow her enough to see if she gets it right enough. I know at some point I was looking at the moon phase because we had a lot of correlation with moon phases during the time. So new moon. No, this is still here, here, here. When was that? It was really playing a while. I wonder if what's not here. I mean, it doesn't seem as different now. I guess it depends. What are your beliefs? Pump then dump the brevet. Swooping hawk. I would like to see higher into the upper liquidity area, 22K and lower. So 22K, so still below that high, the in between. Yeah. Resistance there. All fairness, even if we are bearish, in fact, we'll have likely a 1-2 or 1-2 and a 1. This could be a 2, but wave 2, yeah, could go higher and still break down eventually. 17.5, so just below the low, looking for an SFP. And what level we have in between? Well, we have, yeah, POC here on on Bybit. It shifts where we are now. But it was up there. Naked POC. $21.6. We have a weekly level, 21.8. Likely gonna have a golden pocket. That's a bit of okay. We have bullish div on RSI, but that doesn't mean it play out now, right? Well, it doesn't mean it has to play out, but that's a pretty strong indicator. At least I would say, to me, it increases the probability that we are into a reversal. Doesn't mean we cannot make lower lows and keep building bull div, or the bull div can fail always. The bull div can always fail. We can build one lower, even if we break this down, and we could still make a bull div here with a lower weekly close here, you know. But bullish divergence, especially when it comes into reversal territory, it's a pretty strong indicator. You just have to be able to know that the div can extend for quite some time. We have a good example of that. Well, here we have a failing one, for example. Starting to build bull div here. And here with a higher low. Still give a nice rise, but not fully reversal. We still have bull div between this and this. A little rise, but it failed. In fact, when the bull div got confirmed, it was the top. But eventually, we have still bull div building here from oversold, and then we have a reversal. And then we have, in fact, our trend. We lost our trend. But starting on forward, it's pretty good to me. Yeah, no, the other example where it failed. We had daily bull div. Can agree that it failed because we broke down, but that helped me to say, yeah, we are likely to see some kind of bounce here, and we did in fact grab nice longs for this pump here. And on the 4 hour, also have bull div here. That was a low. Just say we are more into oversold condition than anything else. Also, like when we are seeing some kind of rounded bottom here on the RSI, that's an extra strength to me. Like we had here, in fact. It took some time, but eventually give it nice rise until we come into a boat. Yeah, weekly bullish div on bear div can take very long time to develop. Yeah, that's true. Definitely. That's a simple indicator everybody can see. That's probably the first oscillator we learn to use. Oh, I think we are on the 3-day. We have a nice structure as well that I like. As this tightening. Was it on the daily as well? From the top here. Yeah. Overall, I think we are nearing expansion expansion of price at some point. At some point, we'll say, of course, it could still last for a few months. At least it's getting tighter. Also, it's pretty good idea, the chart that Luxury shared this week was the idea of a triangle here. A big triangle like this. Especially as we could be overall in a big wave 4. Triangle here makes sense. Have some kind of corrective here, some kind of ABC here. Like this, in fact. And yeah, we could go for an ABC, find liquidity there, come back down, have a wave E, and go for the final breakdown of the wave 5. So yeah, one thing that was making me quite bullish into that trend, so I talked about the volume, and you see how a volume is very visible on Bitfinex. I can zoom out on the 4-hour. We have the biggest spike of volume we saw since capitulation. More visible here even on the 12-hour. And that happened on mostly green delta. That means that during that range, Bitfinex was trading at a premium against all the spot exchanges. So here mainly Bitstamp and Coinbase. That means there were buyers on Bitfinex that were buying supply from other exchanges, which usually make me pretty bullish, because we know that Bitfinex has a tendency to be a leader into the market, and yeah, obviously in history we saw Bitfinex wells being able to move the market quite heavily. A bit less efficient past weeks, past months, but still. Well, you can see here's the same thing that we have, as we could see overbought and oversold condition on oscillator. Here we can see they was trading at a negative delta, and here at a positive delta here as well, in fact. That led to a big bump. So that was making me pretty bullish until I saw new supply being sent from Code Wallet to Bitfinex Hot Wallet. And that is 31,000 Bitcoin of potentially new supply. And usually when we saw this kind of big withdrawal from Code Wallet to Hot Wallet and Bitfinex, that lead to a dump. Not necessarily immediately, but that's a tendency. Yeah, so here we have this that broke my bias a bit, make me doubt a bit more. Now, if they move so much Bitcoin, that doesn't mean they're gonna be selling it right now right here. Could be preparing to sell rise, as things can turn bullish quite rapidly if we go into a short squeeze here, that we claim that range. So that can be in preparation of selling the high, you know. But yeah, not really clear to me as we have something like, I don't know, between 40 and 100,000 Bitcoin that have been bought in that range, and now new supply reaching Hot Wallet. So not that clear to me, and I believe it's not clear to most. Oh, if somebody is really sure of what's gonna happen here, it's probably foolish. What I said this morning. It's foolish. There is legitimate, yeah, it's legitimate to think we're gonna bump it back because we are at the low of the range, we have bull div. It's legitimate to believe that we are going down because the market look, overall financial world look pretty bearish, and Bitcoin is overall in a downtrend. So big picture, being bearish here, I mean, that's legit, but at some point you're gonna miss the bottom. Being bullish shorter time frame here, it's totally legit. Even being bullish for reversal here, in my opinion, it's legit because we have a lot of, yeah, oversold indicator, either on chain or traditional ones. But if you're sure that we are going to, I don't know, 12k, 7k, I see a lot of people saying we are going to 10k. That's a sure, that's a fact that there is no other way. That's that's, yeah, pretentious in my opinion. I only need cold wallet plus Marin Serum to know we are going to temp. Normally, if there is 10k BTC or more of supply, we dump within 1-3 days. Yeah, that's true. Definitely true. That, yeah. I never see this kind of withdrawal missed. Is the target? I mean, yeah, I see it. Is the target? There was supply being sold during that rise. See negative delta here, negative delta here. Even at the bottom. Here was the moment it was the clearest. Clear buying by Bitfinex well in all that range. Good deviation, good order Bitfinex play. Sell a bit, back out, break down, accumulate, move it back up. They do that often. And they did that a lot here as well. But we'll see. Maybe I can look at some on-chain data. Before I do that, we still have Bitfinex long growing overall. So wait, 30k BTC to what for it? Don't follow that, but look like it is a lot. Supposedly, if you sell 30,000 BTC at market, I mean, that can be enough to break down. Well, that can. Here we have several 10,000 that have been bought in that range, absorbed, but yeah. And so who is buying down there? And that's a good question. I have something here. I don't have the app, of course. Oh yeah, the app was here already. Okay. I just took a new trial for that. I don't really follow it every day. There's only one data that I like to watch on chain, and yeah, So I don't really keep a subscription for that, but I figured out it was a good time to look at it. So supply distribution by balance of addresses on BTC. What is that? Okay, price of BTC here. Zoom the chart. So we're gonna do something. Usually the one I like to follow is the 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin. And surely that doesn't look great. You can see how when they were really increasing during that trend here. And it led to a nice move back up. If I zoom out even a bit more, can we have this on log? It's a big accumulation here at the 2018 low and rising until the top, and now it's decreasing. So this is giving a pretty bearish picture. If I merge the small wallet up to 10 Bitcoin, because I saw people saying, yeah, okay, so only what's happening is just the small wallets that are accumulating here. The truth is the small wallet are only accumulating. There's almost only buys. Just a little drawdown here, but not so much. So I'm not necessarily overly concerned about that, but surely the 1,000, 10,000 is a bit more concerning. Now, if I take let's merge the, so we say 0 to 10, so 10 to 1,000. And 10,000 and above. 10,000 and above, this is mostly exchanges. And so here we can see the trend, yeah. There is this cohort of 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin that seems to be mostly selling. There's a little uptick here recently, mostly selling. At the same time, the really big ones have just been accumulating. If I zoom out, I can see how there is. Yeah, you can see this. That's also why, yeah, says Jerome, on-chain analysis doesn't work. It's not that it doesn't work, but it should be taken with caution. We can see here the big move up of the 1,000 to 10,000 and a big move down of 10,000 and more. So does that mean that they just been sold from one to another, or maybe some entity just split their funds? Say, okay, I have a 100,000 Bitcoin wallet. I'm gonna split it in 10,000 Bitcoin wallets. I think that's what may be happening. That's why we saw supply being moved towards either the 10 to 1,000 or the really big one, which are supposedly exchanges or custodian. As we know, the ones that are likely being buying Bitcoin currently are the one we want them to be buying right now or to have another bull run is institutions. So yeah, maybe there is big wells that are moving funds to, I don't know, the Coinbase custodian facility or Fidelity or BlackRock, or I don't know. So at the end of the day, I'm not sure this is bearish. I had another one which was, yeah, merging all of them here. I think something interesting. Can we hide this? Let's delete it. Interesting. Well, you tell me if it is interesting. You see how we had some kind of, yeah, rising support here. We can do a technical analysis on chain. And when did it broke? Well, it broke when we, here it is. You see here when they started to sell big ones. Here. And really at the low, it didn't start it at the top of that consolidation. It started at the low here. So I would rather take this as capitulation. Or yeah, just moving funds from big wallets to smaller ones. That's all I have on chain. What is Bitcoin doing? Yeah, finding support here perfectly. Right, I was looking for that. Find support in the golden pocket. Now attempting to rise again. What does it say here? Seller being absorbed. No bull div. We have bull div on FTX. We have bull div on FTX here. There's absorption on FTX here. And bull div on Binance as well. It's rather flat. But maybe they're shifting from the short to the long. We'll see if that holds. CVD div on FTX is often times leading. I really saw both, personally. I mean, we had nice bull div at the low. When it's really heavy, yes, sometimes they're just moving the market. That's why, you know, CVD, it's one thing. Whatever indicator you look at, it's one thing. See, for example, here we have nice bull div at the very low. We had nice bear div at the very high. Well, this is a very high, but you can see how there is absorption. There was bear div already on a lower high. And sometimes you get a bit of a squeeze from it that doesn't invalidate the div, because you know that a bigger player will absorb even if we take the high. And the bear div starting to build before we take the high. For me, they even work better than Bybit here. We have bull div here. We have bull div here. I think. Yes. And sometime here, yes, we had bear div here. Eventually, it still broke up. So it's never a sure thing. Even here, we had bear div. It led to pretty heavy dump. And then it flipped to... it didn't flip, no. But still. I remember Luke said during one of his live stream on FTX they had better traders than Bybit, so they know what they are doing if they are selling at the low. Hello, Ken Z, thank you. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know where the best trader now. At some point they moved to FTX, but now... As you see, I used a lot CVD on FTX, and I didn't make statistic like Luxury does. Maybe I should start to do that as well, but I found they work pretty well overall. And as always, it's a case of, yeah, are the one that are doing that are really having enough gun to move the market still in the direction of the CVD, or is it getting absorbed by someone bigger? But you never know. The same way that we have really big selling in our range here, is the people that are selling here have enough gun to keep selling until the support broke and it broke down heavily, or is the one that are being absorbing have enough gun to squeeze up the sellers, and we don't know, and we don't know. So that's also why I like to have this magic spread indicator, because it tends to tell me what the smart bull whale, Bitcoin bulls whales, historical whales are doing, because a lot of them are used to trade on Bitfinex. At least maybe they move to FTX, that's possible. Yeah, and so is this tell me that it is rather being strongly absorbed? My opinion. So let's try something here. I'm not gonna make a very long stream because I don't really know what's gonna happen. Maybe I'm gonna do something this Sunday. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I got the time to do something over the weekend. Maybe Sunday night, Saturday evening. Anyway, if this is bullish, let's say we hold our current low here. I guess the bullish case should hold this here and continue to rise. What could be the count? Then I have a 1 here, pretty surely, a wave 2 here, pretty surely. Then I will be tempted to say, let's make that with a 2, 8 or 12 count. 1, 2. And let's hit me green because it's bullish. Then here it's a bit iffy again, you know, because we have... Come on. It looked like ABC, but for the sake of being clear, I mean, we could say we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a very big 5. So I could consider this as an impulse, which would mean a subwave 1. I would say this could be all part of a correction. 1, 2 here, 3, 4, 5, So that will be lower degree, minor, still in green. This should have been green. And then this big move I will considering with as a subwave 1, 2, again, 3, 4, 5 minutes. I don't like when it's round. What am I doing here? Minutes, okay. And so let's see what target we can get out of this. So target for the big wave 3 here. Minimal target should be up there. We'll likely go higher. Let's delete this, we don't really need it anymore. Intermediary 1. And the smallest one. So in theory, we should have this wave 3 at least go up here, if it follows the strength of the first move. So wave 4 here. That's him a lot. Okay, let's keep on the most bullish case for now. And 3, 4, and where do we have our next? Maybe we do a double top like this, because we have the 261.8 target for this wave 3, 4, and the bigger fish maybe up there. Or maybe we go a bit higher here. Wave 3, the biggest one, could be reaching 261.8 then. That brings us to 22k, which is at the high here, basically. So we can delete this for now. I would say that's how things could evolve in the most bullish case. Yeah. This is a confluence here I'm trying to make. But this is really projecting, so I don't know if it's gonna evolve like this. How I project is I try to fit each wave 3 into one of the 61.8 level, because that's the best level you can have for wave 3. But I'm projecting if something I don't know doesn't have to reach that level. And then I see if I can get a confluence between, for example, here, projecting a wave 3 to the 261.8 level. Then if I project the 5th wave, I take the length here of the 1+3, project it from a proposed 4, so a retest of a broken level. And I find a confluence of a target for wave 5 of smaller degree with the wave 3 of higher degree. That I would do. That's really optimistic. Right, that's if we go in a breakup. At some point, we don't know if we do go in a breakup to that range, we can expect strong squeeze. So it's kind of okay to expect a big move like this. So here we have one bullish ID. Now how could we take that high and still be bearish? Can we take that high and still find account that we reject here? I guess with some kind of ABC like this. ABC, take the high, but we finished our, you know, WXY count a bit higher here. I don't know how I can have a correction here. I think that's not clean. No. Now you see here, that's what's sometimes really frustrating with the Yoto. She doesn't give me much hint of what's possible, apart from being extremely bullish and counting a succession of 1 2 1 2. Otherwise, I don't know. Otherwise, what I will do is count from the last significant swing high. So here I see, yeah, okay, we have really extended move. I have 5 waves. I know I'm at resistance, so I took a short here. Just by focusing on the last pivot. Probably what I would do here, if we continue to rise, then I count 1 2 3 4 5, and I look for the 5th here. Especially here, some for a pattern. If I'm reading 5 waves here, maybe I took another short here. And I see, is it continuing or not? But this is messy. So you are leaning more bullish now. I said, no, I'm kind of still leaning more bullish. I mean, we are above my 4 level. As long as this hold as support, we have a chance of closing above this 2 monthly. If we start to lose back this, I would be more concerned. I know there's still opportunity to longs or long there. At least for us, you know, some kind of bounce before potential continuation. We could stay in that range as well, you know. Even, for example, let's say we have a wave 1 here, or A, or whatever, but we have an actionary wave here, and this is the end of a corrective move. A crappy one, but yeah, we have an end of a corrective move here. We could correct down here, take liquidity below this, and have a big bounce up to the high of the range again, and then continue down. Especially as we are entering the weekend. Usually we can, I would say 80% of the time, you don't really get a true break of the range. That let 20%. Knowing that Bitfinex have been buying here and seems to be preparing something, that could be the week with the weekend with a breakdown early or break up heavily. Otherwise, I would be tempted to say, yeah, you just long a break of a significant low. Even here, at a very high, you know, you have your 1-1 extension that is below here and above here. How does that make people feel to bounce here? Even if it's just for this or this. In theory, I shouldn't be too much bullish here as we are technically at the high of the range. Technically, at the value are high. At least here I split the range, but let's match everything. One, two, three, four, five. to clear liquidity at the high, just like we made here, we could expect a move down, but this is legit. I want to be bullish, maybe too much. What's your strong heading so we can hear? It is. I'll eat. Yeah. I not feel like trading this weekend. It's too much unclear to me. But I would look for long here. With confluence of some kind of 5 waves finishing. Yeah. Luxury mentioned before that it's highly likely that price will rise during Friday close session. Yeah, we rise during... Is it the close session? What is the close session? Dubai skateboard school. Master. Kindly recommend indicator for support and resistance. RSI. I don't know. Otherwise, you just have to learn the levels. So the close session. I guess it is the E before the Asian one. So from 8 to midnight. What time does it start? Yeah, 8. Hours. Yeah, support resistance. I use RSI with overbought, oversold condition and divergence. If you're talking about horizontal level, that's just the level, right? We have lessons for this in the crew. At Toros, mainly for most of the time frame I'm using daily, weekly, monthly, 4-hour levels, and of course volume profile with POC, value are high, value are low. Then you have to know, just be able to define the range. Here we are, the value are high, so I really align with this 4-hour level. As long as we are below here, there's still a possibility that we continue. If we start to find acceptance back, yes, at least down there, potentially down there, potentially low. Name an indicator you're using, please. RSI plus MFI here. That's the one I'm using. It's named like this. From Cryptoda. Otherwise, I don't use much more indicator, you know. Like to have a beware VWAP and volume profile. But volume profile and RSI MFI, that's mostly all I need. If I had to choose just 2 things to trade from, that's what I would use. So not holding so much here. What do we have? Yeah, we have 5s down. I mean, here. Open interest is rather flat here. Nothing definitive. There's a bit of absorption that took us back. There is not even change here. A bit of long stepped out. Welcome. Come on. 80% chance we go to 19,300 zone. Previous day POC. I will say if we continue from here, as we have 5 waves down finished. And there we could still be in an ABC, but I don't like that. Then I would really like to at least take this. And yeah, potentially we get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then maybe here with bull div, you know, on 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Could be good, and wait for the first sign of strength and long the retrace. Potentially for a corrective move, if this is really a flat, but that doesn't look great if we continue down. I mean, we will have monthly that close today. There's a battle right now. I believe it's important we close the monthly above the monthly level. And if we do so, I guess we have good chances of closing the weekly also in white and then having our bull div kind of confirmed. Yeah, BTC will at least reach 19,300. I will never say such a thing. Even if I'm really confident about something, I will never say it will. For now, this could still be rise, corrective ABC, could rise. This is not telling you much because it's really flat here, no volume. It's not showing big interest, so yeah, could lean rather to break continuation of the move down here. As there is no big interest. At the same time, if there is no big interest, just a few big buys could initiate this backup. I mean, yeah. Based on a 1 minute count, I would say this look like 5 and this look like corrective. So I would be a buyer here with a stop here. Clearly, I saw stronger things. And we see how We have the, where is the volume on that? Well, volume is all the way here, but we have a POC and we reject here, so it's rather bearish. Personally, what I do here, not much. Like, I wanted to long here, but I was waiting for another move that I didn't get, so I longed here. I longed here. I tried to catch a short here, stopped out. I grabbed another short here to take profit taken. So now I'll see which side break, right? Long from here, short from there, long from here, long from here. Just gonna wait. I guess my long from here. I'm kind of ready to exit it. Yeah, I think I will put my stop down just below the low here. And stay with the two extreme. Only for the weekend, and we'll see. 80% chance. Yeah, I like it. I like this better. DXY bounce off support. Okay, DXY. Yeah, the bound. We'll talk about bounds later, another day. Just starting to look at it. I mean, yeah, DXY have a potential for an ABC move finished. Now it's gonna close in a few hours still. It looked quite impulsive. SPX. I'm in between for SPX right now. So, you know, it's quite bearish that we bridge at low on the high time frame. Now we made one attempt of a break, rise, two attempt we stay, third attempt rise slightly again. So there's not a strong breakdown, and hard sentiment is quite heavily bearish. Who is keeping this for breaking down? Wondering. So not be surprised at some point we see a big rise back up, but yeah, at least toward here. The 3,900. You know, so we have quite booty here. SPX, I have many counts that I made for DXY, I mean. There is one surely that say we can rise again, but we also reject from quite an important level right now. That's a monthly one. $561.8, which is a good target for third wave. Now we know that on logs this could go a bit more towards the yearly level. Otherwise, monthly here is a monthly from here. So the automatic reaction from distribution here. So not be so surprised if we reject from there, right? I talked about it last Tuesday, I think. Still level above. We have an important yearly level just slightly above that high. And least but not last, we have a quarterly order block here, which align with the golden pocket. So I don't know how much this have fuel, but here we have small impulse acceleration. At some point we should expect at least a consolidation correction for the higher degree wave 4 of this rise. So this could give some room for stocks and Bitcoin maybe and other fiat currency to rise back. And maybe after we go for another run, and to see if this is a final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or if we are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stuff. And you know, Euro USD have, as it is a bigger counterparty for DXY, it is also quite extended, and I'm kind of expecting a wave 4 bounce, while DXY would expect a wave 4 retrace. And the count seems a bit better here, and I mean, I can read nice count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we are indeed in a wave 4 of this degree, well, minimum retrace we should expect is up here, but also a bit of time compared to this, or compared to this. It should take some equivalent time. So here it took from April to May 2 months. So yeah, 2 months is possible, and could be even bigger, right? Now, as it is with Elliott Wave, we can always extend a bit more. Maybe we're just finishing wave 3 of lower degree, and we extend something here a bit more, and this is only a smaller wave 4, but yeah, it seems quite ready for a lot of stuff to have at least a temporary reversal. DXY bonds of support. Dow Jones broke June low as well. Yeah, Dow Jones that quite important. DJI and DGT are quite bearish. They broke before the rest, by the way. That was quite a warning. Doesn't have exactly the same wave structure here, but overall that's pretty bearish. Here we are losing the 200 weekly even. Still monthly 50. Where is the 50 here? Come on. We are at the 50 still for the monthly. We have the close today. But yeah, it's even more. It seems even more bearish. Didn't make the count here locally on that one. Not quite the 1-1 extension. 90%. DJI. I mean, you know, we retested the 200 daily moving average. That's a lot. Let's say, where is the trend? It looked really distribution. Ready to break down. And usually DJI, DGT are quite leading because they are more linked to retail, a DGT to transportation, but so even prior to retail shop. And usually it's leading. XHP, this is more the housing market. Still making a higher low. That seems quite impulsive. And quite bearish. Retested as well, the 200 daily moving average, and strong rejection out of it. You have your cross, market is trending down. Use through on XDA, XDA, USDT, Cadena, please. Okay, after that I'm leaving. Mm-mm-mm-mm. 26 million. Huge potential, asking. Oh, like many altcoins. I don't know it at all. You know, it's kind of flattering here. It doesn't show really reversal yet. I mean, potentially a bit of bull if you have not created, not an oversold. MFI went to oversold, but it's already quite almost reaching overbought here. Potential surely there is, because it's very far from all-time high. So I got to see the tokenomics, how much new supply is being mint or created, how much supply there is, what's the market cap, and compare its potential maximum market cap against another big altcoins. I mean, we have nice volume here and here, so it's looking not bad for potential reaccumulation structure. Would not say still slightly weak. I'll say it looked like it wants to make new lows here still. It made a new lows already, so we had a good reaction out of the first SFP. Which why, yeah, 79%. And 5. And the bounce are still weaker. I will want to see a bit more sign of strength on that. Maybe claim trend line resistance and look for the high of the range, or claim the can claim the POC from this, look for a retrace and maybe prepare for the break, and if it can break, look for the high of the range. We have 2 range inside, in fact. This is on the order block here, weekly order block from here. So for now it's been kept mostly below it. That's not yeah, in between. My volume profile show that there is rather absorption at the low. There is volume profile shifting to the low quite obviously. So I would be rather bullish on that, looking at it like this. But if it's breakdown, you know, there's not a lot more support. Unless it just continue to make slightly lower lows and some kind of, yeah, wedge, right? But if it starts to lose the wedge, well, next support is down there. So that's still a lot of potential down. But if the market returns here overall, especially crypto markets, obviously Bitcoin, yeah, this could have a nice potential. You're welcome. So thanks for watching, everybody. Gonna stop this here for now. Okay, we still did not break down. Last word, if I was longing here, I will obviously look for a take profit here above that high at the 1-1. So, for example, I didn't take it here because I'm live, but yeah, long here could be already taking a small profit and move the stop below here. Otherwise, main take profit should be here. Keep the stop here and see if it rises. Or don't take profit and start to edge a short with a bigger invalidation above here. That's how I will do. Welcome. Binance Wings. I always struggle to say your name. It's not the easiest one to pronounce. But thank you. Thanks everybody. Appreciate you all. Have a good weekend. A good rest. Don't forget, the only thing you control in the market is how much you lose. So risk management is always key. And also don't forget to take some time off the chart when you can, especially during the weekend. Have a nice weekend, nice day, and see you soon. Bye.